Okay, y'all, I have to talk about this Royce Reed and Dwight Howard situation. One thing I always thought was so weird to me is when people question the time frame of which victims come forward and they speak their truth or they start coming out and telling their story. I don't know how many of you actually follow the situation or know about Royce. She was on Basketball Wives. She has a baby by Dwight Howard. She's actually his first baby mama. And I'm very much into reality TV, as y'all probably know. But over the years, this lady has been telling her story periodically throughout the years. She was really quiet for a very long time. And when she did speak on it, she has been, like I said, periodically over the years, spilling little bits and pieces of her story. Like, she's been doing this for a long time. Each time that I have heard her tell her story, I'm always locked in, I'm tuned in. She has been consistent. She has been saying the exact same thing, the exact same story each and every time that I've heard it. And I've heard it on several platforms. And when I first was hearing it, I didn't even know what I was listening for. I didn't know it was going to be to the point where it is now, where she's still having to come out and say it. So when I tell you I remember her telling the story the same way back then, I'm not lying to you. And she's also telling it in order. So I remember now and then she was telling it from literally from the first day that she met him when they were in the movie theater and this whole sort. I remember it and I listened to it again and it's the same thing, okay? So it's just weird to me that some people in her comments and online are making think pieces about it, and they're saying that they think she's lying and that every time he gets engaged or he's with someone that she decides to tell the story when she's been telling the same story. But I feel like anyone who's saying that she's lying or doesn't believe her is clearly not paying attention. She is very thorough. She's clear. She's concise. It makes sense. She's not reading off of notes. Doesn't have a journal. And there's nothing wrong with doing that because sometimes I will need notes to refresh my memory or to make sure I'm going in order. But I usually need notes for things that I haven't read over. I just typed out once. So she could do that, but the fact that she's not and she's doing all of this based off of memory alone, are you crazy? But yeah, I just had to speak on that and give my little 2 cents because it's so weird to me that people get upset or they have something to say about when victims come out and it's been 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 years later, who gives a fuck? They can come out when they want. It's their story. They're the victim in most cases or, at some capacity. But it's just so weird that people think there's a time frame on trauma. There's certain things that have happened to me, that have happened to people that I know, my friends, family members that have never came out or will just come out now and it's happened. You know what I'm saying? People are scared to tell their story literally for this exact reason. And that's all I got to say.